Century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Dallas Cowboys. Cody Parkey now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. On the return, it's Jordan Lewis. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends are like in a sprinter stand.
And got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Prescott on 1st down. He sets to fire deep. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Tavon Austin, 42 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead.
We see this route all the time, but when it's well executed, it's a beauty.
And it feels like the fade takes forever to develop, like that ball is just hanging in the air.
And the reason why is that the receiver is trying his best to work the defender inside and give himself space to fade away from him and catch the football, and that's exactly what happened there.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Tyrone Crawford in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the ground, but they'll be faced with 3rd and long.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. The former Giant, Prince Amukamara, on the stop.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46. Woo. 46.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott sliding out of the pocket. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. They'll try to run for it with Elliott. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. They'll run it with Elliott. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Prescott looks to throw on first. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Here you go. Here we go, 46, 46. Gun. 46.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And a loose football. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. 1st and 10 right at the 20. A give to Elliott. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Eddie Jackson with a tackle.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety?
Oh, Prescott stripped. But I believe a Cowboy was there to get it. He was, and Dallas will maintain possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
26.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not. Deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Move, move. Sit up. 180. Sit up.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a 3rd and long.
18.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down he'll go at the 25. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Now Austin. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Trying to lay one up deep. That's caught at the 25. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 36 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
47.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. He stiff arms him. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. The give is to Elliott. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Tenth carry now for Elliott. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. fielded about a yard deep. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
But conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 13.
Go.
They'll start with a give to Cohen. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. Throw left side complete. That's Burton. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go. He's got a man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. A big play there for the Bears on 3rd. And even 40 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, Trubisky. There he goes inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, 44 yards. And the Bears cut into that lead.
As the offense went on the field to start their last drive, you know they discussed in the huddle, hey, if we put one in the end zone here, we've put ourselves in a position to start making a comeback.
Now Trubisky. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
They go play action here on 1st down. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one goes for 36 yards. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. They'll run with Elliott. Showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Elliott, and he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's go, get out.
Here's Elliott. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's up.
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken short. What a spin. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
180. Let's go.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
Hey, gotta go, gotta go.
Now it's Trubisky. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Cowboys have recovered.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Prescott now after the fumble recovery. Flush to his right. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A first down throw for Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this will split the uprights. It's right, an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
and I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. Then he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Following the interception, here's Prescott, escaping the pressure right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott, 39 yards. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown. Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. How do you run up and send this one away? And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last three drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
Gun.
First down, Prescott. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. On first and 10, Prescott. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
4 down, check, 4 down. Check 31. Red, up. 48 Mike.
Again, it's Cohen. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
180! Gotta go, gotta go. Hey, 18, 18, 18. What do you have?
They'll indeed go for it with Trubisky. Now he's going to go deep down the left. That's caught inside the 20. And he's way down into Dallas territory inside the Cowboy 15. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Now Trubisky on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him for a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Trubisky to throw. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1? Trubisky will throw. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Jordan Howard from 3 yards out. And the Bears get a bit closer. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point. And our score stays right where it is. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And the Cowboys are able to recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath. Nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
I think someone's going to get into QB1's here when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. Call it a gain of 10, and they pick up the first.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
46. 26.
Prescott from the gun. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
You go 47. You go 46, 46.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. Cooper was the target there. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
Lock in, lock in. Gotta go.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Gonna throw right side here, complete. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Taylor Gabriel, an even 90 yards. And the Bears cut into that lead. Well, they were back in the shadows of their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, a conservative, easy call. Run the football, take care of it, create some space, pump the ball away. But no, let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them because when you got people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back, and sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And here's Lewis. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Austin's got it left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through the...
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hugo, 46. Get out. 26.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And Cooper able to work his way open. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
26.
From the red zone now, Prescott. Now he's flushed out left. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Elliott. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
A dump off to Elliott. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead now up to 22. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Come on, come on.
They begin the drive on the ground with Cohen. And he'll take this one up to about the 23.
Let's go.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now they'll run it with Cohen. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
He can run for it, and he will. He's got the first down and more past the 40 and all the way up to the 46. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
Let's go. There you go, we go. You see it?
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way down to the 5. A huge play there for Chicago. 49 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
They'll give it to him up the middle. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Blue.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Taylor Gabriel, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Then the Bears get a bit closer. Now Trubisky will lead the Bears up to go for 2. Now it's Trubisky. And his pass incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And the Cowboys are able to recover. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Cole Beasley, 34 yards. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And he's able to put it through. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Leonard Floyd. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Looking to throw. Prescott. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Completion left side to Miller. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means...
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Flushed out right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, and the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Tyrone Crawford in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Lock in, lock in. Lock in, lock in. Hey, 50's a mic, 50's a mic.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Throwing here, Prescott. He's going to air one out. This is caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
The virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
in that case, run it up.